You know what's weird? You're friends. But you know what makes friends both great and unrealistic? Friends. That's a nice segue. Let's go with that. Okay, so today I'm going to be talking about Friends. I love this show to death, I've grown up on it, and I've seen the whole series like 10 times, but I've never used critical eyes. So that's what I'm going to do today. Friends, episode 1 of season 1. Let's watch it. So Friends starts off with an iconic opening theme that I've known by heart for like 5 years, and actually, let's see when this was made. Looking when Friends was made. Jesus Christ! 1994. This show premiered in 1994. That was like 25 years ago. And honestly, I was going to criticize the theme a bit for being a little samey with 90s theme songs, but this is probably what other 90s sitcoms used as a basis for their theme songs, so I'm not going to sit on it. Let's go to the first scene. Okay, so we open up with, of all things, a clip of Monica, this lady right here, talking about a non-date with this guy right here, to these guys, right here. But I have a problem with this scene, not only because Joey's, that guy's, one-liner is bad, but also for another reason, and I'll show you why.
Sounds like a date to me. Alright, so...
Yeah, that transition is like the weirdest thing I have ever seen in my entire life. That first scene and the second scene, yeah, they're not supposed to be connected, but apparently they are at the same time. I don't know. It would have been better if just halfway through this scene, Ross, this guy, walks in and bam, you don't have to transition anything. But no, they just have to do this. I don't know what they're trying to convey here, but it makes no sense. But since it's the first scene, I tried to give it the benefit of the doubt, but I really don't like that transition. So here, in scene 2 of part 2 of scene 1, Ross is saying that his wife left him. Okay, seems reasonable. And then he drops the bomb that his wife is a lesbian. I'm seriously not making this up. And just kind of expects us to know the context. I started watching 2 minutes ago. That's like going to court and saying, I'm innocent, and just not saying anything afterwards. I mean, come on, that's not gonna win me over.
Don't stop cleansing my aura.
So upon telling this news, he says,
Okay, I just want to be married again.
And then Rachel, that kid, just kind of walks through the door. I get it, it's a fun way to introduce a character. And Chandler, that guy, even makes a joke about it. But I mean, really? I'm supposed to believe that she just magically walked through the door at the same time that he was talking about that? I thought that this show was supposed to be realistic. I mean, come on, don't stretch my beliefs. Also, can I just mention that everyone here looks way younger than they do now? I mean, I know they're adults still, but trust me, they look way different in season 10. So Rachel complains about leaving Barry, but she sounds like she's complaining about her own complaints. Seriously. She starts going on a rant about how she's turned on, put in quotation marks, thank you, by a gravy boat. Again, I'm not making this up. And then she just decides to walk out on her wedding. I honestly, upon watching this, started to think that Rachel might have just been the villain. I mean, I get it. You realize you didn't love him. That's fine. But a gravy boat? You could have just not mentioned that, and it would have left a better impact. I wouldn't have thought that you were kind of crazy. So, I should just mention this, by the way. Ross spends the majority of this episode in 2 states of mind. He's sad because he just got divorced. Okay, understandable. Completely get it. But also, he's trying to go after Rachel, and I think, huh? I mean, dude, you just got divorced. And by the end of the episode, it's been like 2 days since her wedding would have taken place. So what the hell, Ross? That's not the greatest thing to have against you right now. So Rachel's been living off her parents her whole life, and now that she left the wedding, she kinda cut off cold turkey. So she's on the phone with her dad, and everyone else is just watching a soap opera in the background, but I really don't care about it. I mean, it's really distracting when they go
down the stairs.
Push it down the stairs. Push it down the stairs.
Seriously, like, what does that have anything to do with the scene? It adds nothing and kind of takes away from Rachel's conversation. So Rachel starts talking about how she's been a shoe her whole life. Again, not making this up. And that she wants to be a hat. Now, we can't actually see or hear her dad, but how dumb does this man have to be to interpret...
Then I said, what if I don't want to be a shoe? What if I want to be a purse? You know, or a hat?
As, buy me a hat. It might just be me, but it makes 0 sense. So after that, Ross tries to hit on Rachel again and gets a no. Thank God. And then he and the other guys go to... What are they doing? I mean, they build one thing, but then they just kind of stand around and don't do anything. I mean, they could have done this without the whole building shtick, right? Ross says that the only thing he got out of his divorce was...
What did you get? You guys.
Oh, God. You got screwed. Oh, my God.
I'm thinking, huh? So let me get this straight. She cheats on you. She's lesbian and never told you. And she left you. But she gets everything? I mean, what the hell, Judge? I mean, seriously, I feel like the judge might have just been her partner. We gotta probably look into that. I don't really know. But, back to the show. So Monica goes on her date with Paul, that guy, and I don't really care because, and spoilers for a 20-year-old show, but he doesn't contribute anything to the story. But he does say that he had some problems with something for 2 years, and if you know what I mean, then you know why I'm not saying anything. I'm a PG channel, so I'm not going to go into detail, but kids, ask your dad what Paul was talking about in episode 1 of Friends. If he was alive anywhere in the 90s, he'll probably know what you're talking about. In the next scene, Ross is talking to Joey and Chandler about getting together with someone, aka grabbing a spoon. Don't think about it too hard. And I have a question for these two over here. He's been divorced for like a week. What are you thinking? I get it. He probably should get back out there, but give the guy more than a day of his wife's moving out party. Jesus. There's this thing where he looks out the window, and then it shows Rachel looking out the window too, and it's kind of foreshadowing what might happen between the two. And, that's cute and everything, but you gotta remember, she left her wedding on that same day. So, what the hell? I have so many questions, and none of them really make sense. So with the next scene, here's the rundown. Joey and Chandler are eating breakfast at Monica and Rachel's for some reason. I mean, I guess their fridge isn't working. That's never really explained. Rachel, who, mind you, hasn't done crap her entire life, just decides to make coffee, and it's the worst that they've ever tasted. Okay, okay. I guess that you've never done anything your whole life, but how can you mess up on coffee? That's beside the point. Monica and Paul ended up fixing his 2-year-long issue. Again, don't think about it. And everyone goes off to their jobs. Joey nonchalantly says that he's an actor, and Chandler makes a joke about it, but I don't really get it.
You're right, I'm sorry. Once I was a wooden boy, a little wooden...
And I feel like I'm missing something. I honestly have no idea what this joke is supposed to convey, and I really feel like no one else in the audience does. So, cue the fake laughter. After knowing Joey's character, I would have thought that he did the thing because he wasn't supposed to do the thing, because in the later on in the series, you learn that he's an idiot. Okay, I get that. But this episode has not made Joey look any less intelligent than the other guys, so I really don't get what the joke is supposed to be. I don't know, it might just be me. So after everyone goes, Rachel says she's going out to get one of those...
What for? I'm gonna go get one of those job things.
Okay, first of all, how? How do you not know what a job is? You say it's a job thing, implying that you just learned the meaning of the word. So, what? Also, you say this as if it's absolutely certain you'll get hired, so that looks bad on you right off the bat. I mean, I doubt you even have a resume, but you know, that's a story for another day. I don't know. I just don't like Rachel, but I'll leave her alone. Monica goes to work, and all of a sudden it's dark outside? Huh? As soon as the scene starts, her coworker comes in, as if she's seeing her for the first time today. So, what? Where were you? Also, she works at Iridium? 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 I honestly have no idea how it's pronounced, but, it's not important. I swear you never see that sign ever again. Anyways, her coworker says that she knows Paul the same way that Monica does, and I just want to say, how did Monica not know about this? They're clearly friends, and have worked there long enough for Paul to build a relationship with both of them. By the way, Paul's the wine guy, but that doesn't really matter. So how did Monica not know? I mean, this girl could tell that she and Paul did something within like 3 seconds of this conversation starting. So why did Monica not know about this previous thing? I mean, it baffles me why it's such a shock to her. So we cut to Joey exclaiming that he knew it was a line, the whole 2-year thing. And here's where I have an issue. There's one character that I haven't talked about yet, and that's because I hate this character. Literally everyone else has contributed at least something to the plot of the episode so far, but Phoebe Buffet, that character right there, yeah, she's contributed nothing. It's not that she's weird, because, that's actually kind of a good thing, but she's weird to the point of being creepy/crazy. I mean, she never lets go of the fact that her mom killed herself, which she says like 4 times in the first 10 episodes. And that's fine, I guess, but she says multiple times that she never really liked her family, including her mom. So, what the hell? Why do you keep bringing up the death? I mean, I really don't care about Phoebe at all, or her mom's death. And if she were cut from the show, I honestly wouldn't even mind. Even the characters don't like her. They say in a later episode that if anyone were to be cut from the group, it would be Phoebe. But I'll explain why I don't like her in its entirety if a part 2 comes up, but, I don't really know about that yet. The one thing about this episode that kills me every time I see it is this line right here.
I'm am I new? I don't need a job. I don't need my parents. I've got great boots.
I have no idea why, but it's hilarious, and it gives two sides to Rachel's character. On one hand, she wants to be independent and free and, you know, all that jazz. But on the other hand, she can't live without her dad. Eureka, guys! I know how to write a character well. Just give her more than one dimension. Woohoo! Looking at you, Iris West Allen.
Grown for the first time.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I remember when I first came to this city. I was 14. My mom had just killed herself, and my stepdad was back in prison. And I got here, and I didn't know anybody. And I ended up living with this albino guy who was like cleaning windshields outside Port Authority. And then he killed himself. And then I found aromatherapy. So believe me, I know exactly how you feel.
First of all, I didn't need to know that right now. That's what freaks out your audience. It's what makes them be like, well, I gotta get away from here right now. Peace, see you later, sayonara, adios. I think the worst part isn't that she tells the story. It's that we hear the fake audience laughter. What about this is supposed to be funny? Anyways, after that, Rouse and Rachel talk for a minute, and he asks if it's okay to ask her out. But then it kinda goes nowhere. He says he grabbed a spoon, whatever that's supposed to mean. But seriously, he doesn't jump on it. At all. I'm not kidding. It's probably the thing that infuriates me most about Season 1. Dude, she already said it's okay. Don't think it's not. Seriously, he tries about 100 times, and every single time he's stopped by his own nervousness. It's like an episodial occurrence. I'm not even joking. Alright, so that's all I had to say about this episode. Yeah, it's not too bad, but it's bad. It's like not as good as the later seasons. You know, it all has to do with just how it was developed. The main problem with this episode was Phoebe, because she was weird to the point of like I didn't want to watch her anymore. But luckily she's not in the episode for too long, so it doesn't really make too big of an impact. But she is in the season for a lot, and she brings up like the biggest conflicts in the season actually. So you know, there's that. But this episode isn't anything too special, but I give it a 5 out of 10. If you were to watch it, then make sure you see more than just this episode, because if you haven't gotten into Friends before, you're gonna kind of be turned off by this one a little bit. You're gonna be like, whoa, this is weird. I don't want to watch more of this, please. But yeah, you know, it's a good series. I might do a part 2 on a future episode. I don't really know. It's a good show, but this episode doesn't really reflect it all too well. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Make sure you guys can hit that like button and subscribe if you have not already. Make sure you guys leave a comment down below if you guys want me to review any other TV show, movie, or game, or anything that you guys want to know about, because you know what, I like looking at these things. I like reviewing them. They're pretty cool. Let me know how you guys like this style of video, because I like doing this style. It's fun, and this is the first one that I've done, so woohoo! I like doing that. So yeah, 5 out of 10, not the best, but it's good. So yeah, thank you guys, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace, stay Shfinky, bye bye.